I'm Sam White here from GSTV, here with Eric Schiener. He's running for Livingston County District Attorney. Mr. Schiener, just give us a little background on yourself and why you think you'd be good for the position.
Well, sure. I grew up near here, about an hour away in an area of Pioneer High School, Arcade, Springville, that type of area. I went to St. John Fisher for undergrad, Syracuse College of Law. I worked in Albany briefly for a senator. Then I came out here in 1999, and I've been a criminal prosecutor ever since. So I think that's first and foremost why I'm best for the job. I have more criminal prosecution experience than the other candidates combined. I have been first assistant for 6 years, acting DA for a couple of months, prosecuted thousands and thousands of criminal cases, including over 1,200 felony cases alone. However, I'm not just going to rest on our past success, and it's a really successful office. Highly rated, highly ranked across the state for its innovation, for its courtroom success. But I'm not resting on that success. I want to make it a better office, one that communicates better with students like yourself, not only high school but college. I want to educate first and foremost about the law, about the criminal legal system, not only to residents of Livingston County, but also those that may be visiting here or staying here, like a college student. So that's first and foremost, but I also want to improve criminal prosecution of those vulnerable citizens, children and elderly. I think we can do a better job of making sure that the charges are appropriate and the sentences are commensurate with the crime committed.
Do you think that there's been trouble with that in the past as far as the District Attorney's Office goes?
Well, I don't think it's been communicated as well as it should have been. I think one of the issues that I've run into this campaign season is that a lot of people don't know what happens. You take 2 steps outside the courthouse door and people are really unsure of what actually happens or what a district attorney even does. And some of these people are very well-educated people. I was asked by a grad student, what does a DA do? I mean, that can't happen. And I want to make sure that everyone knows what a district attorney does and understands their rights, understands what our job entails, and how they can help us.
So going off that, why should students care about the district attorney for Livingston County?
Well, students here at the campus, everything you do, impacts the community around you. And I've been on a number of boards and coalitions to try to improve relationships between the college campus and the community at large. And what I've learned through those meetings is that there is a lot of misperceptions and misconceptions about both sides. I think it's important that we both sides, the community at large, the campus community, take one step towards the middle, and we can see how much common ground there is. And a district attorney plays an important role in that because a lot of the issues with the community include, quality of life arrests, parking tickets, traffic tickets, and as serious as homicides or hazing or binge drinking arrests. So every one of those decisions is impacted by the district attorney here in the county in which you live and go to school.
How do you think one of the big stories has been the women's volleyball team and the issue here with the hazing? How do you think the district attorney's office has handled that thus far? And is there anything that you would do that you think you would do differently in that type of a situation than what's been done so far?
Well, I'll tell you, I was one of the first people to go on the scene at the fatality down here a number of years ago with Armin Partamian. And it's one of those scenes that you don't want to see repeated. When you see a young man's life taken from him and seeing that lifeless body there just moves you, and you don't want to see that happen again. Yes, I went to college. Yes, I went to a campus, and yes, I had a good time. But I also know that every one of your parents has sent you here, and they expect the community in which you're living while you go to school here to take care of you, and to make sure that you're going to come home again with a successful, having graduated and on your way to a successful career. No one's life should be cut short like his was. And so I feel that it's important that there is a compact really between the community and this college to make sure that every one of you get home to your parents safely. And so I think that the experience of having lived through that and having seen the successes that we had since that last fatality, I think that may be gone by the wayside with the new DA. And I think he's actually shown his inexperience in the handling of the situation. I believe that he has vacillated back and forth. He has jeopardized the investigation by going forward too early, and he has actually been very confusing and inconsistent in his statements. So I think that that shows his inexperience. That shows that he's been a defense attorney for the last 6 years and not a prosecutor, and not dealing with this issue on the ground, and dealing with the types of situations where we have been winning the battles, and we have been making strides towards a healthier campus community.
So what would you have done differently then?
Well, first of all, you wait. You don't go to the press. You don't make this a national incident. And I think that you reserve comment until you have all the facts. You weigh the facts, and by going out too early, you may have hindered the investigation. You may have hindered witnesses' testimony. You may have influenced witnesses' testimony. I mean, that's for both sides. So I think that that's first and foremost the biggest complaint or objection I have to the way it was handled. But now you're talking in an area where I don't have the facts and the circumstances, because I don't have access to those police reports. All I have is what the media has been reporting. And so it would be unfair for me to comment on what I would have done or should have done when I don't have all the facts in front of me.
And just one more question, then I'll let you get back to meeting people. You are running on the Republican ticket.
That's correct.
How big a part do you think the political parties and political affiliations should play in a role that's generally a legal role?
Well, I've said this numerous times over the summer. It's unfortunate that the office of district attorney is an elected position. I've been a part of a DA's office that has not made decisions based on partisan politics whatsoever the last 12 and a half years I've been a part of it. In fact, I went to a meeting of district attorneys in January, and someone said this comment. There really are three political parties in New York: Democrat, Republican, and prosecutors. Because prosecutors, yes, they have to run for office, as it is, it's in the Constitution that they have to be elected by the people. But I tell you, day in and day out, all of us prosecutors are on the same page, and it doesn't matter how big the office was, how small the office was, what political party the DA was. We all are on the same page. We are with a common goal of ensuring the safety of our residents, convicting the guilty, and protecting the innocent. So it's difficult because this is politics, and it's the way we elect the district attorney. But in no means, come November 7th, the day after the election, politics can't enter into any decision making. It can't enter into any of the way the office is run.